Hello, today we're looking at Debian 9 Stretch, and we are using the default desktop interface for Debian, which is GNOME, but they have basically all the main desktop interface that is available. When you install it, there will be an option which you like GNOME, KDE, LXQt, basically all the desktop interfaces are there, and then you can just tick the one off which you want, and there you go. Very simple, straight process. And there's also packages where you can choose when you download the package, what desktop interface you want to download. So I love it. I think it's awesome. I couldn't get the case additions to work on VirtualBox. That's why we got these two extras, but it's no biggie, as Debian is basically like the Big Daddy of so many Linux operating systems. Like for Ubuntu is based on Debian, Debian, MX Linux, Linux Mint is based on Ubuntu, so therefore it's also based on Debian. Basically, many of us is using Debian, even if we don't know it, because it's stable. They take a very long time to bring out a new release. Jesse was there for so long, and 9, which we're looking at now, will be supported for the next 5 years. So it's so stable. But let's stop talking and start to have a look around. If we right click on the desktop, as all expected, for GNOME you can change the wallpaper. Here's the options. As you can see, they got quite some nice wallpapers right here. I like this. As you can see, it's quite a lot coming with all the familiar stuff, and then a few not so familiar, and same ones here. So that's good. And if you right click again, display settings, where you can configure projectors, more than one monitor. If your screen resolution bad, you can change it there. So it's pretty cool. And then of course system settings. This is GNOME 3.22, so if you're familiar with it, it's just the basic settings. But let's look at the specs. As you can see, it's GNOME 3.22.2. I'm running 3 GB of RAM, 1 core of i5 PC, basic graphics, Debian 9 Stretch. It is basically as Debian 8 was Jesse, this is called Stretch. So let's call it that. So yeah, if you want to have a proper look at all the system settings, please look in the description of this video. You will find a link to my other video on my other channel where I only use background music, but I click on each one of the settings. So it's a much more thorough look. And if you go to the top panel, yes, internet and Wi-Fi will also be here, battery, power settings, and user settings. Another link to the system settings. You can lock a screen like this. Press spacebar, type in your password, and you can turn off your computer here. If you go to the time, yes, a notification area, you can configure it in system settings under notifications. And if you click on add world clocks, you can add new world clocks here. Alarm, stopwatch, and timer. And then if you go to the activities, there's a launcher. As you can see, files is 3.22.3. The store is opening up like amazingly fast. And you can also check for updates here, as we are fully up to date. And this is 3.22.5. And LibreOffice is here. This is the latest stable release of LibreOffice 5.2.7, I believe. And if you click on show applications, yes, everything is pre-installed. And if we click here, you got the system monitor, and yes, also the GNOME tweak tool. We will have a look at this soon. So we see we're adding just less than a gigabyte, which is not bad. And let's say tweak to and here is all the options. If you're not familiar with GNOME, you can have a thorough look at it also. But if you are, then you're familiar with tweak too. I like this options to have a minimize, maximize button because I use it quite a lot. And let's just see if we type in something which is not pre-installed, if it will be shown. Yes. If you type something which is not pre-installed but in the store, if you type in the name, it will find it for you and you can install it just like that. So this is quite cool, and that's basically my look. It's very stable, it's very easy to run. It is kernel terminal. Let's check at the terminal version. It is kernel 4.9. It's very stable, and that is what Debian is supposed to be, because so many operating systems is resting on Debian. It will be supported for 5 years, and I can say if you want something stable, Debian should be an option. If you don't really care about Debian but you care about Linux, it's also good to take note of Debian, because Debian is needed. It's needed. Thank you for watching. See you later. Goodbye.